Hello everyone, good morning. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to Technical Session 4A. Myself, Richa Shah, and this session will be moderated by me. On behalf of the Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Scholastic LLP, it is my greatest pleasure to welcome you to the 9th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Sustainable Development, ICT4SD 2024, Goa, India. The ninth edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event is organized today in Goa, India, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and tomorrow, that is the 8th and 9th of August. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions throughout the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations, and each presenter will be given 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for question and answers. On 7th minute, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the last closing remark. If you have any query or update, you can write it to me in the chat box. So before I start with the session, I'd like to introduce our session chair for today. Dr. Kriti H. Vanzale. Ma'am is an associate professor at Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology, Pune, India. She has 14 years of teaching experience and she has presented papers in many national and international conferences and published articles in many international journals. Her research areas are wireless sensor network, AI, IoT, and image processing. Now I'd like to start with the papers. So I'd like to call Ms. Dipali Prakash Suryavanshi for the paper titled Analyzing Curriculum Perceptions in Teacher Education Program Across Maharashtra, India, an Innovative Approach with Machine Learning Tools in NLP. Ma'am, you can start with your presentation. So we can call upon Ms. Ashwini N for her paper titled Design and Evolution of Smart Energy Management System for EV Applications. Ma'am, can you please start with your presentation?
Okay, good morning. I'll share my screen right now, and myself and my teammate will be presenting the paper here.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Sahiti, and I'm her teammate. So we both will be presenting to you.
Okay.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. Sahiti, you can start.
Yes, Ashwin. I think you need to present it from this time beginning. Yeah. Okay. Is the screen visible now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. May I start now? Okay. Good morning, everyone. So, our research title would be Design and Evaluation of Smart Energy Management Technology for EV Applications. So, this is the some overview of the presentation. We are having our problem statement, objectives, deliverables, definition of the UKF, that is the algorithm that we have used, impact of UKF parameters, hardware approach, and the experimental results and challenges. And lastly, we would be sharing our references that we have gone through. Okay, Ashwin, next. Okay, yeah, this is a problem statement. So currently we are focusing on the accurate association estimation in the electric vehicles, which is a major concern and also an key aspect that need to be handled very carefully. So that's the main aspect that we have taken the topic for our research. So, accurate SOC estimation, the need for precise and reliable SOC estimation in lithium-ion batteries, especially for electric vehicles, to optimize battery life, safety, and performance. And the battery model complexity, the challenge of accurately representing the complex electrochemical behavior of the lithium-ion batteries using traditional models. So, and also filter parameter tuning, the difficulty in selecting optimal parameters for the unscented Kalman filter to balance accuracy, robustness, and convergence speed. Real-time implementation, the requirement for efficient and real-time SOC estimation to support the dynamic driving conditions in EVs. So this is actually a research-based concept that we have worked on based on SOC estimation using UKF algorithm, and we have done a hardware integration. The need for effective integration of sensors, microcontrollers, and power electronics for practical implementation of the proposed SOC estimation. Next slide. So these were the objectives. The main objective was to investigate the SOC estimation techniques, to explore all the different methods that are currently available, the methods that can be used for SOC estimation, that is the including the direct methods. There are the model-based methods, data-driven methods, and also Kalman filter-based approaches. And to evaluate the UKF performance, to assess the effectiveness of UKF in accurately estimating the SOC compared to other Kalman filter variants, and also to analyze the parameter impact. So to understand the influence of UKF parameters was also one of the objectives that we had, and to propose a hardware implementation to design and implement. To propose a hardware implementation to design and implement a practical hardware setup for real-time SOC estimation, including sensor integration, data acquisition, and data processing using we have made use of an Arduino controller, and also to demonstrate practical application to validate the proposed SOC estimation method through experimental testing and analysis of results, showcasing its potential for use in electric vehicles and other battery-powered applications. So these were the main objectives that we had. Next slide.
So, am I audible?
Yes.
Coming to the deliverables, we have come up with a hardware prototype for the smart battery management system. In that we have a battery pack and the sensors for current, voltage, and the temperature, which will be further used to estimate for data acquisition and estimate battery parameters in real time as opposed to the actual battery data. And we also have the parameters, evaluation of the unscented Kalman filter parameters for state of charge estimation, and studying how changes in those parameters will vary the state of charge estimation over time, and also how they will affect the battery estimation under non-linear conditions as well. So yeah, in this we have detailed we have, as told in the research paper, we have studied in detail about various SOC estimation methods, which include direct methods, model based approaches, and data driven methods. Apart from all those things, we have researched in deep about Kalman filters, especially unscented Kalman filter, owing to its ability to handle non-linearity in the systems. We have also come up, as I said earlier, with a hardware setup to test the credibility of our data and performances, and we have also made an assessment and analyzed the data and results we have obtained via simulations and the hardware setup. So coming to unscented Kalman filter, what exactly is unscented Kalman filter? It is a nonlinear estimation technique used to estimate the state of a system even in noisy conditions. So unlike extended Kalman filter, which is one of the other Kalman filter variants, which uses a linear model, which relies on a linear model, UKF has the ability to work with nonlinear models under dynamic conditions using a deterministic sampling approach to capture the system's nonlinearity more accurately. This involves generating a set of sigma points of the current state and propagating it through the state of nonlinear model, and then using them to estimate the mean covariance of the predicted state. This UKF makes use of previous and next state and present state uh, analysis. The UKF predicts the next state, and whatever the difference is there between the predicted state and the actual state, it sends back, and the difference between the prediction and the actual output is reduced, which makes the results more accurate and accurate to the optimal conditions. And coming to these are the parameters of UKF, which largely have an adverse effect on the working of the model and the system. Alpha controls the spread of the sigma points. Higher alpha leads to wider spread of sigma points, capturing more nonlinearities. But the downside to it is sensitive.
Excuse me, ma'am. Just a
Yeah.
gentle reminder that 7 minutes are over. Can you please wrap it up?
Okay, okay. So these are the parameters of UKF, which are alpha, beta, and kappa. So Sahiti, can you explain?
Yeah, this is a hardware approach that we have followed. So we have used an Arduino controller, and to collect the voltage, current, and temperature parameters for the real-time system, we have used a temperature sensor, current sensor, and also voltage has been read and given to the real-time system for the UKF algorithm to iterate and give our accurate SOC estimation. You can go forward. These were the components that we used: lithium-ion battery, sensors, and the Arduino controller and a motor. Next. So this was the actual hardware setup. This is a snippet of our hardware setup that we have done. We had used 12-volt lithium-ion battery, and also there's our controller and load and sensors. This was the MATLAB setup. We have used MATLAB to implement the UKF algorithm. So this is the snippet of the MATLAB setup that we had done. So these are the VIT parameters have been continuously fed through the UKF algorithm, and the alpha, beta, kappa are also been tuned using these blocks, and the accurate estimation of SOC is estimated and given to the feedback loop.
So coming to the results, these are the various results we saw with by varying the values of alpha, beta, and kappa. And Q is the covariance matrix, which is the noise. So as you can see in the first graph, high value of uh, beta significantly lowers the convergence rate. So you can see the difference between the uh, actual SOC and the uh, true SOC and the estimated SOC. So it initially exhibits a large gap, and with time, the SOC gradually catches up with the true SOC. Here, so these are the various results that we have made use of for explaining the results of the UKF blocks. So with reduced values of alpha, beta, and kappa compared to the previous scenarios, this has led to a narrow spread of sigma points and stronger reliance on the process model. This seems to have improved the convergence speed, which means that the true SOC and the estimated SOC converge at a faster rate, leading to lesser abnormalities in the values, and the estimation of the SOC in real time is as same as the true value of the SOC. So even in this, we can see that the estimated SOC and the true SOC have converged at a really in a really less time. So the reduced process noise indicates higher confidence in the battery model, allowing UKF to adapt more quickly to battery changes and behavior. So while we have took very adverse values of alpha, beta, and gamma, alpha, beta, kappa, and covariance to exhibit the changes in the graphs accordingly, it is the challenge, I think, for to capture the optimal values of alpha, beta, and kappa, and proceed with the uh, estimation of SOC is what the main challenge is here. And we have, and through our research, we have exhibited a couple of values which exhibit the difference between true and estimated SOC, how it converges, and how it can be brought to an optimal state, whereas true SOC and estimated SOC are the same. Sahiti, can you?
Yeah, and these are some of the challenges that we have faced. Comparative analysis. First, we had to do a comparative analysis of the SOC estimation techniques that are available. That is the Coulomb counting, open circuit voltages, and other methods, and also Kalman filter, various Kalman filter methods. So, among that, we had to do, research and come up with the UKF. And selecting the optimal and best out of all types of Kalman filters, as I said, and a more extensive exploration of UKF parameter tuning techniques to choose the optimal values, and also to understand the battery behavior changes under various operating conditions like temperature, charging, discharging rates, and aging. The model must be robust enough to handle these variations. These were some of the challenges that we faced. So these are the references that we had looked into while doing our research. So, in conclusion, this was a research-based concept that we had done on UKF algorithm. So, with proper parameter tuning, UKF algorithm can be used for an accurate SOC estimation in electric vehicles, and with the vehicle control unit, that the VCU that would be present in the EVs. So, the a self-learning model of UKF can be implemented to use UKF algorithm to have a accurate SOC estimation, and thereby enhancing the safety and performance of the BMS and the lithium-ion batteries. With this, we conclude, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kirti ma'am, do you have any remarks for them?
Yes, good morning, all. So the topic of the paper was very good, like coming up with a new technological systems where the vehicle, like EV vehicles are largely used everywhere right now. So my question to the team is that why they have used EKF, like why Kalman, like it has other filters like particle and all. So I just want to know why you went for Kalman filter.
Ashwini, would you like to take up
Yes,
this?
okay. Ma'am, we actually looked into a lot of optimization and estimation techniques throughout the duration of our research, and we realized that there are many papers and research journals which have many AI/ML methods and particle optimization techniques for SOC estimation, but there were very less UKF based papers, though there were many papers which had the which presented EKF and comparison between EKF and UKF. There were not many papers which had UKF in perspective, and they had done the research on it. So we proceeded with choosing UKF as our method of optimization and estimation.
Okay, sounds good. One more thing, have you went for the patenting of your idea? Because I guess this idea can be patented. So if not, I can suggest you that you can go for patenting this idea. That's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. We'll definitely look into
We'll
it.
look into it.
Yes.
Now, thank you, ma'am. Now I'd like to call the Bali ma'am. Ma'am, are you ready for the presentation now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah.
Am I audible? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
So good morning all. We will be presenting our presentation titled Analyzing Curriculum Perceptions in Teacher Education Programs Across Maharashtra in India. This is an innovative approach with machine learning tools and natural language processing. I have my co-authors Dr. Jatinder Kumar R. Saini and Dr. Poonam Sachin Kadle for this paper. So we would like to introduce it. The purpose of the teacher education, because our particular topic talks about we are taking the perceptions of the teacher trainees and the actual trainings or teacher trainees, student trainees about the curriculum which is being taught to them as a part of their B.Ed and M.Ed courses. The purpose of teacher education, which is also known as teacher training, is just a minute, I'm not able to view it properly. I have to adjust. The purpose of teacher education, which is also known as teacher training, is to acquaint the aspiring teacher trainees with the required classroom management and teaching skill, which includes the knowledge of various technical skills, teaching methodologies, and school management techniques. So that is why we have taken the feedback of the students who are actually getting this training about the educational system for quality assessment of the program which is delivered to them during this particular program. The opinions and feedback on the curriculum is of prime importance in maintaining the standards of the program and evaluate the performance of the teachers is what we feel. The purpose of this study is to look into how teacher candidates feel about the courses that they are studying for their teacher education degrees. So we have come up with certain parameters. We have decided on certain parameters on which we have sought the feedback of the students. So this research conducts a comprehensive inquiry into the perspective of teacher trainees by soliciting feedback based on the 5 pivotal criteria, which are integral to the evaluation of teacher education program curricula. So we have identified digital tool integration, pedagogical techniques, special education inclusion, and interdisciplinary learning, as well as active learning. So whether these 5 parameters are included in the teacher curriculum, and whether they are like satisfied on these particular parameters which are taught during their tenure. So the contribution of our research is, this research study is the first one to use the 5 criteria to conduct the research on sentiment analysis of teacher education curriculum, which are digital tool integration, pedagogical techniques, spatial education inclusion, interdisciplinary learning, and active learning. So the questionnaire was, we have formed our questionnaire in bilingual testing because we have concentrated our study, our population in Maharashtra, and wherein Marathi is the basic language which is mainly used in 60% of the teacher education institutions who offers this particular program. Since our research was based on sentiment analysis, we wanting the feedback, the respondents not to face any language barrier, and that is why the form was designed in bilingual. So it was in Marathi as well as in English. So based on the research study we reviewed, this research study is the first to conduct the structured survey on the curriculum using a questionnaire using the 5 key criteria, because we have gone through various literature, review on various research papers which are conducted in the past about this particular theme. But many of them have collected the inputs from the social media platforms, and none of them have used, as per our study, the structured view. So we have designed a structured tool, which is a questionnaire, in order to get the perceptions about the teacher trainees about the curricula which is being taught to them. This study delves into the opinions and sentiments of the stakeholders, especially teacher trainees, regarding the teacher education program, providing insights into their experience and what are their expectations from the curriculum. By leveraging sentiment analysis, this research can lead to curriculum improvement that better align with the needs and expectations of the educators in training, ultimately strengthening the teacher education processes. So our ultimate purpose was to strengthen the curriculum if at all there are certain expectations which are not matching, which is based on the opinions of the stakeholders. Objectives of our research were to examine teachers, trainees' perceptions of the curriculum, focusing on digital tools integration, pedagogical techniques, special education inclusion, interdisciplinary learning, and active learning, because these are the ones which are emphasized in the NEP 2020 objectives. To evaluate teacher trainees' perspectives and experiences with the teacher education program's curriculum, and to conduct the sentiment analysis to assess the opinions which we have collected from the teacher trainees on the curriculum by using a questionnaire. We tried to answer these research questions through our research study. What are the perceptions of teacher trainees regarding the usefulness and effectiveness of the curriculum in teacher education programs, focusing on those 5 key parameters which I have narrated in my presentation. To what extent does the current curriculum meet the expectations and requirements of the teacher trainees? To do the literature review, we have taken the help of WOSFever tool, and we have focused our literature only to the Scopus listed papers in order to maintain the quality of the papers. We have also used the Prisma model in order to narrow down our research literature review, and with the help of Prisma model, we have redefined our research to isolate papers which helped us in filtering and coming to the relevant closely aligned with our research focus. So with the WOSFever, we have got 176 research studies which are related to our topic, and which is published between 2004 to 2024. Because it was a very large number of studies, research papers. Again, we use Prisma model, and we narrowed down our research, and in which we got 23 such research papers closely aligned with our research.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt, but 7 minutes are over. Can you please wrap up?
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'll just go to that. So I'll skip few of this thing. So methodology which we have used is survey method. Questionnaire I have already told you, it's a bilingual language, and not only restrict our inputs to questionnaire, we have also interviewed the 10 principles of teacher education institutions in order to understand more about the teacher curricula related to those 5 parameters. So we have circulated our questionnaire to around 521 teacher trainees, thousands of teacher trainees, but we have received 521 field feedback from 52 teacher education institutions all across Maharashtra. 10 heads with PhD with more than 27 years of experience with TEI have filled in, have been interviewed to understand the expectations of the and alignment of teacher education program with these 5 parameters. Now, in order to analyze the collected data, we have used the Azure machine learning tool, which is popularly used in NLP to analyze the sentiments of the people. And using that, we have arrived at the results. These are the steps which we have followed to do the sentiment analysis. And for the entire research study, how we have finalized these 5 key parameters. Why only these 5 were considered? Because we interviewed 10 teacher education institutions. Based on that, we have come up with 5 parameters, and we did the survey, and sentiment analysis was done using Azure machine learning tool. As you can see, the graph itself shows a very positive feedback coming from both the teacher trainees and the heads about the teacher curriculum alignment with these 5 key parameters, which is now the basic objective of NEP 2020. So in summary, digital tools, 85% positive responses we received, no negative sentiments. Pedagogical techniques, 72 positive, 8% is negative. 20% respondents are neutral about this. Active learning, 96 positive, 1% negative, 3% neutral. Special education inclusion, 70% of the population is positive about, they are saying it is included in the curriculum, 5% negative, 24% neutral. And interdisciplinary, we received 100% positive response. Overall sentiment is 84% positive, 2.8 negative, and 12.4 neutral. So overall, teacher trainees have a favorable view of curriculum, particularly appreciating digital tools, active learning, and interdisciplinary approaches. There are some mixed opinions on pedagogical techniques and special education inclusion, which can be further studied by, like, that is what we are recommending for the future recommendations. We also did thematic analysis for the qualitative data which we have accumulated or collected through the interview process. And for this, we have used Excel adding tool, which is text to data analysis. You can see it on the screen wherever we have got positive responses. For something, we have got also negative response, and few of them are neutral about it. So in conclusion, we will say the assessment of teacher education program
Ma'am, just a
parameter remains an
gentle
overall
reminder.
positive.
Can you please conclude?
So here I am concluding, it's a positive response on most of the parameters, and this is where I will stop then. And our limitation is that we have only covered 52 teacher education institutions across the Maharashtra. And our research is only restricted to these 5 parameters. Thank you so much.
Kirti ma'am, do you
That,
have
yeah,
any
yeah.
remark?
I'll start, ma'am. Don't worry. Yeah, very good work that you people have done, like looking at the teacher's perspective and the new NEP implementation. You have done a good job. Good data analysis you people have done. What I'll suggest you is that as far as looking at the data analysis, I don't have any question, but I can suggest you is that you just elaborate your research in this field, and you can definitely go ahead with a good research paper, one more good research paper. If you elaborate the number of parameters, the number of training institutions, and like you can talk to the NPTEL coordinator if there is anyone from your institute. They are connected with lot many institutions all over India. So right now your research is restricted to Maharashtra, but you can definitely elaborate your research. So that is what suggestion from my side. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your valuable inputs, ma'am. We will surely accommodate in our future research studies.
Yes, yes. Because NPTEL all over India, people are connected, teachers are connected, and there is a diversity in everything. So
Pardon, ma'am.
you can get the information. NPTEL, you can talk to your spoke if it is there.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Otherwise, we can get connected and I can help you out.
Okay.
हेलो मैम, एम आई ऑडिबल?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
मुझे एक क्वेश्चन था. मैं अभी सेशन ज्वाइन नहीं कर सकता. थोड़ा दोपहर आफ्टरनून तक फ्री हो जाऊंगा, तो मेरी मीटिंग रीशेड्यूल हो सकती है, मैं तब प्रेजेंट कर सकता हूँ.
Sorry, I thought it was related to my topic.
सॉरी.
Sir, you can maybe join in the afternoon session.
ओके, तो यही लिंक से ज्वाइन करना है फ्रॉम द सेम लिंक, और अनदर लिंक और एनीथिंग एल्स?
Sir, give me 2 minutes. I'll send you the link and all in the chat box.
So am I done? Am I close? Shall I close it, or I have
Uh,
any further
yeah.
questions?
Kirti ma'am, do you have any more questions?
No. I am done.
Okay, so we can start with the next presentation then.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. So next, I'd like to call Ms. Shreya Devgiri.
Madam, mine is paper ID 55, madam.
Actually, sir, I'm traveling, so that's why I requested for next one. Like, if I could press.
Actually, I
Please,
have class.
until you're not called, please don't start with the presentation. And sir, I'd like to call Shreya ma'am, and then you can continue
Fine,
with your
fine.
presentation.
Fine.
Yeah.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah.
I hope my PPT is visible to you guys.
Yes, it is visible. You can start with your presentation.
Okay. So my title is Surveying Advancement and Challenges of 5G Technology and Network Evolution with the MEC Integration. So my co-author is Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, and we are from Kerala Technological University, Karnataka. So today's content for my presentation is introduction, motivation, and survey and conclusion. So what exactly is mobility? So once when we are traveling, like a user moves from one network to other network, so we want our phone to be connected to network and we don't want to lose the network. So we have this theory like we have to be connected. So that is what is called as mobility. So when we are moving from one place to other cell, so we want to be connected. So in networking, mobility refers to the ability of a device or a user to maintain network connectivity and communication while moving within network or across different networks. So here key aspects of mobility are handover, IP address, quality of service. This is one of the important aspect in 5G, you can say. And when it comes to edge computing, even a small process, if you want to process something on your phone, you don't want to get connected to the cloud, but you want to have the processing to be faster. So that is where the edge computing comes in 5G. Edge computing is nothing but a philosophy focused on bringing computing close to your mobiles and to reduce latency and bandwidth use. In simpler terms, we can say edge computing means running fewer processes in the cloud and moving those processes to local places such as users' computer and IoT devices or an edge server. So one more important aspect is MEC server. MEC server is nothing but a multi-access edge computing or a network architecture that allows computing on network or mobile services to shift some of the resources to the local rather than shifting it to the cloud, like which will help you to have good performance, latency, and security also. It also performs ultra low latency and high bandwidth in addition to data and radio network data. This can be used by real-time applications. So this is one of the greatest advantage of MEC. Like when I say about the applications like VR or virtual reality is one of the biggest application here. So why did I choose this topic? As you know, like there is a lot of improvement in 5G with cooperative and edge computing coming together. This will make sure that whenever we are moving from one place to other place, our phones are always connected to the network and we don't lose out anything. And this also enhances network efficiency through load balancing, fault tolerance, and parallel processing, critical for managing diverse device and applications in 5G environment. The implementation also aligns with the augmented reality and virtual reality, also with use of IoT, which requires low latency and high throughput connections. This is crucial for applications like autonomous vehicles. Like as you know, like nowadays autonomous vehicles are coming, and these need a lot of data, and it should be very quicker. If it is not quick, then there might be a chance that the car can collapse or something can happen. So that is why the 5G is needed more with a faster accuracy, faster and accuracy and low latency also. And the combination of 5G and edge computing and cooperative computing reduces communication delay, ensuring the real-time applications which will receive minimal latency for applications where timely data processing is essential, such as autonomous and critical. This also helps to improve the resource utilization and increase energy efficiency of the mobile device. So the literature survey I did is, so my four important I have taken here is resource allocation, handover, and latency. So first is resource allocation, cooperative learning Adam framework. This is nothing but an biggest. These paper has done a lot of research management framework, and they have developed the caching and congestion reduction algorithm. It also has assessed the framework effectiveness and convergent properties. So these guys have used the NS3 tool to simulate this, and the outcome is that they have improved the delay and hit ratio is very much increased, and energy metrics has also been improved. And the optimal Adam-based task allocation algorithm also has Lyapunov theory is also being done here. And SNR-based schemes with 20% decrease in outage probability, 30% increase in success probability has been achieved in this paper. And in this framework called as resource allocation scheme for MPC device, this employed dynamic properties in medium access and resource allocation, utilizes broadcast nature of wireless signal and capillary bands. This also focuses on transmission delay, and it also makes sure that there is low latency also. And here we have also seen that the data has been transferred very fast and has been processed very fastly than all other compared to CLL ADAM framework. Then this is hybrid transmission and reputation management system. This is also done to make sure that delay is very less and resources is shifted to the mobile devices very much nearly, and it also uses V2V connection, and here they have used a serial and parallel computing process so that the task can be divided either serially or parallelly. So here results 41% reduction in task and transmission delay, and 31% improvement in V2V connection reliability also. Enhanced edge server throughput compared to traditional hard handover methods. And my second is task offloading also. Like once we receive all the output, it is very important that it is sent back to the user. So the framework used here is MOTO, Mobility Aware Online Task Offloading Scheme. Here address task offloading optimizes problem. So integrated, they have used a LSTM based model. They have also integrated machine learning in this, which has all this has resulted in improved computational efficiency and performance in IOV system, and enhanced resource utilization and overall system performance, and facilitates real-time and latency-sensitive applications. There is one more task loading here called as within mobile edge computing. These guys have done the task offloading. This has done relief computational burden and vehicles onboard resources. The strategic task offloading were fixed to the nodes rather than so in each cell there is edge nodes, and they have optimized the task allocation based on network condition, node capabilities, and task requirements. And they have also made sure that resource utilization is also done properly, and system performance is higher compared to all of the resource utilization and task offloading performance. This has been used in real-time and latency sensitive applications like health data and all. This is where this framework has been used. This is one more online mobility aware offloading and resource allocation algorithm. This is to minimize the IoT devices, whichever is there in your phone. This will make sure that you have the quicker response whenever you're using any health apps and etc. So like they have also used your LEPNA optimization. So this has also made the resource allocation very easier. So this also, the system provides balanced delay performance and the implementation of optimizing resource allocation and IoT networks are considered here. So then the handover comes, which is one of the most important in 5G. So learning,
Ma'am, just a gentle reminder that 7 minutes are over. Can you please wrap up?
yeah. So this is the handover. This is also one of the online learning based mechanism for mobility, and they have used the Kalman filter here, and the substantial improvement of performance has been seen. This has been implemented in NS3. As you see, mobility aware offloading and the decision algorithm. So the decision algorithms also comes. This is like a decision is like if this is very important, then it has been the data goes faster. Then they have prioritized their decisions here. So this is how outperforms than all others, and they have also low latency here. Then, as I said about the low latency, SDN-based solution for network and service mobility in MEC-enabled 5G networks. This makes sure that wireless network and MEC server resources are near to your cell phones, and this also made sure that mobile edge computing happens faster. So this is service placement in vehicle environment. So this made sure that evolution in test bed environment and enhanced overall performance and minimized latency for critical data. This is usually on the highways. This has been implemented. Then CFL is one of the important framework which is being used in 5G right now. These made sure that optimization is very high and convergence rate is also very lower. And this also uses machine learning, or like this has reduced training time, so it knows what all can be the output. The future scope is, as you know, 5G is very much faster right now, so it can enhanced handover procedures can be done faster, ultra low reliable latency communications, network slicing capabilities can be done. Edge computing, as you know, edge computing is faster nowadays. Like this can be used for decision making and enhanced real-time data processing also. Sustainability and energy efficient. So, and as you know, with this we can also improve our security measures of our cell phones. So I would like to conclude saying that this also we have focused on difficulties in 5G network and also focused on what all frameworks have been already done. And we have also reviewed the state of art techniques and approaches for enhancing effectiveness and flexibility. This also makes sure that we can have a proper research for network infrastructure and data-driven future. Thank you.
Very good presentation and very good topic too. So what I'll suggest you is that looking at the topic, you can just enhance your work by writing or by having more data sets in that case. And right now, as far as looking at your conclusion, it's very good that your results are good and you have concluded well. So no questions from my side as such, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So I would like to say that, yeah, this implementation is under process. So I'm working on cooperative computing. So yes, currently working on this only.
Good to hear that. Cooperative computing is latest state of the art thing that has been implemented, or that is their upcoming technique, we can say. So good to hear that. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we can go on to the next presentation.
Hello. Madam, shall I share
Sorry.
my paper presentation? Paper ID
Right
55.
now,
madam.
I'd like to call Vasant A, and then whenever it'll be your turn, I'll call you, sir.
Madam, mine is third presentation, madam. So like to give well, madam, because I have work also. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Give
Yeah,
me a minute.
shall I share my PPT, madam?
Sir, maybe you're in the wrong virtual room.
Madam, this is room number 1, correct, madam?
Yeah, this is 4A.
4A, yes, madam, yes, madam. Actually, a couple of my students writing exam, behalf of them, I'm the faculty, madam. I'm the co-author, guide.
Okay, sir, you can start with your presentation.
Yeah. This is paper ID. You can check the paper ID if in case anything.
Okay, yes, sir.
So this is paper ID 55 is scheduled in your room, madam. This my room or other room. Just please clarify, madam. Correct, madam?
Sir, give me a minute. 1 second. Yes, sir. You can start.
Yeah. Shall I start, madam? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So thank you, madam. Thank you, dear professors and research scholars and master students and bachelor's degree students and guest members. Warm welcome. So thank you for giving opportunity to us to present this paper here. So our paper ID is 55, enabling a sustainable shift consumer drivers for bioplastics coffee cup using in India. So myself, Dr. Suresh, I'm the faculty guide. And
कहाँ पे हो?
hello.
नहीं आ रहे हो क्या? 11 o'clock को?
Yeah.
अरे आ
Yes,
जाओ ना
madam.
मीटिंग में.
Yes, madam.
Can you please
behalf of-
mute everybody else? Can you please mute yourselves? So you can continue.
Yeah, yes, madam. So my student Abdul Rahman and Isaacs, they have the examination here. So that's why on behalf of them, I'm presenting myself and Miss Alka. We are the co-authors. So Alka is our PhD scholar. So we all four authors, we are here. So myself and Miss Alka, we joined together. We present here today. So this is here. Sustainability is very important for nowadays. Sustainable development goals, SDGs. Now everywhere we are applying in the life. So in this case, so in this line of research, we thought, okay, this will be very important in nowadays. So we took this research. Now I request Alka, please.
Good morning, all. Thanks for the opportunity. So our paper is about enabling a sustainable shift in bioplastic coffee cup usage in India. So it's mainly the paper is deals about identifying the factors that influencing the bioplastic coffee cup usage and how these factors are influencing each other. So the paper is mainly we come up with this paper due to the concentration of environmental sustainability, especially in Indian context. Now India is moving for the sustainability oriented practices. So bioplastic is mainly evolved from the sugarcane, cellulose and corn scratch. So it's from renewable sources. So it helps to reduce the carbon emissions and the other greenhouse gas emissions. So the bioplastic is an alternative way of traditional plastics. So while we are going with this kind of sustainability oriented paper, so it helps to identify what are the factors and how these factors related to each other. And it will definitely deliver such insightful knowledge to the policy makers. So it will help them to make suitable interventions. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Hello, ma'am.
You can continue, you're audible. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. Ma'am, please continue.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you continue. You're audible.
So this paper is to provide insightful knowledge on the sustainability by focusing on the bioplastic coffee cup. So this study is mainly for identifying important factors and how these factors are influencing each other. So in Indian context, the population, environmental degradation, and the climate change is one of the most important issues that we are facing nowadays. So this bioplastic helps to reduce the emissions, plastic emissions, and also the perception of consumers. While we are understanding the perception of consumers, it helps to identify the importance of awareness programs and how we can go for the sustainability oriented activities. So this study mainly offers insights to the further interventions required for this elimination of pollution as well as the plastic usage. So the objective of the study is to identify the factors influencing bioplastic coffee cup usage from the consumer perspective and also assess the causal or influential connections among factors. So we employed genome methodology. It's a gray influence analysis methodology. Here, it's one of the sophisticated analytical techniques. So helps to understand or examine the factors, identify the factors, and also how these factors are influencing each other. So we can make informed interpretations from this genome methodology. So here we identified 12 significant factors. From these significant factors, we constructed 132 questions and we collected the questionnaires from the respondents. Initially, we selected 30 respondents from which after the data cleaning, we come up with 21 response. So we identified 12 factors. First one is environmental impact and awareness, then enhanced biodegradability and government regulations, incentives and subsidies, circular economy, technology innovation, media coverage, changes in the consumer preferences and attitude, that is social acceptance. Then millennials and Gen Z influence, then convenience, branding, then supply chain, performance and functionalities. So the methodology that first we identify factors, then we collecting the data. After this, we convert the data into grayscales and then clean the respondents, then sum up in the values, then widening the values another step, and then we found the coefficient. Then after that, we identified most influencing factors and we interpret how these factors are influencing each other. So here the study is about the factors contributing to bioplastic coffee cup usage. So it aims to evaluate the influence relationship, how these factors are related to each other. So studies mainly in Indian context. So the respondents are from India. So the respondents that regular coffee cup bioplastic coffee cup usage users in India, especially the coffee cup users are we selected. So we framed the questionnaires based on a Likert scale. Starting from 1 to 5, 1 implies very low and 5 means very high. So these are the scale, very low, low, medium, high, very low. So we convert these scales 1 to 5 into lower bound scale and upper bound scale in order to identify the gray values. It's from the paper Rajesh 2023 and also Rajesh 2022 that published an expert system with applications. So these are the results. Here the typical model is based on the sum of the responses, and the typical model is the outcome of the study that we can that we can understand later. So these are the final output. Here we can see that the combined influence. Here combined influence is more on factor 8 and factor 10, which means that the factor 8 and factor 10 are most contributing factors, and these factors are interrelated to each other. So here factor 8 is millennials and Gen Z. And the factor 10 is technology innovation. So these are interrelated to each other because we can say that the millennials and Gen Z, they are the future of India. So they are aware about environmental sustainability and they go for sustainable practices, and they're also willing to pay premium prices even for a sustainable products. So technology innovation, how we can come into this picture means the technology like social media campaigns and social media posts all about this sustainability are driving them to use this bioplastic coffee cup usage. So that is the way that these factors are interrelated to each other. So these are the findings in our study. The suggestions means that millennials and the Gen Z are the essential audience of this bioplastic coffee cup usage. So this technology can be utilized effectively to increase the awareness and also to build or to create a culture of reuse, recycling, that kind of circular economy or sustainability oriented practices. So it helps them to more aware, and also their suitable interventions and the collaboration awareness campaigns also crucial for this sustainable implementation of bioplastic coffee cup uses in India. So conclusion is the factor 8 and factor 9 are most contributing factors. So focusing on these
Ma'am,
factors,
just a
we
gentle
can make
reminder
most changes in Indian
that 7
context.
minutes.
The studies providing valuable insights on the factors and how these factors
Ma'am?
are related to each other. So it helps to the India's environmental sustainability goals.
Ma'am, just a gentle reminder that 7 minutes are over.
So
Can
the
you please
limitations
wrap up?
mainly on this studies on customer perspectives. In future, we can conduct the studies based on the producers or the shop owners perspective. That is a future research avenue. And also we can make studies based on other models like ISM, DMATL, etc. An advanced way of these topic. And also we can we are proposing that we can identify this government interventions, how these governments playing role to promote this bioplastic usage. So these are the major future risks that we are identified, and role of the social entrepreneurship also we can study later. So these are the references that we are referred for this study. Thank you so much.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good work that you people have done. Like, it is a very genuine question of using this bioplastic coffee cups. And yeah, really the Gen Zs and millennials are promoting the use of those copy cups. I just want to know in key findings you mentioned that the blockchain, with the help of blockchain technology, we can like establish the trust. So I just want to know how blockchain will help in that case. The earlier slide. Yeah, blockchain technology can increase the consumer trust. Like how it will be possible. I just want to know that.
We are providing that this is a, awareness and trust creation only. So in this case, we are using for this. We are not using actually here. The future blockchain technology will be helpful. This matter. Maybe it's not directly, it is indirectly.
Okay, sir. Okay, no issues. Are you going to extend this research because it is very much needed right now to enhance this research? So I'll suggest is you go ahead with the research on this and come up with a new solution. If you could do that, then that will be the kind of real innovation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This paper is initial stage matter. So maybe the continuation of the research will be the next future papers will be possible better. Thank you very much for your suggestion. Thank you.
Yes, very good work, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we can move on to the next presentation. Okay, so I'd like to call Mr. Vasant for his paper titled Enhancing Advanced Technology for Baby Supervision System. Sir, can you please start with your presentation?
I'm Sophia. I'm going to present this paper.
Okay.
Can you start?
Ma'am, can you start?
My screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
A very good morning to one person here. The title of the paper is Enhancing Advanced Technology for Baby Supervision System. The authors are Maurice Kumar P, Sophia A, myself, Vasant A, and Mulgit Samya. So coming to objectives, this provides the real-time monitoring of the baby signs and the parents can get the real-time experience through this project. Here they can get the alert messages when the baby gets abnormal condition that will be monitored by using the different types of sensors. So here we are giving the real-time information to the parents' mobile phone itself. And coming to interaction, so here the project is implemented by using the technology Internet of Things. So the device will be fitted into the baby's cradle. So here the proposed system will be helpful for the parents to get some relaxed time because it will be very much helpful for the parents, especially for the mother who having the newborn baby. So because they have to manage both of the work, household work as well as the baby's conditions. So this will be make them more stress. So this project will be helpful for those mother because they can able to manage both of the work, so they get less stress. And coming to literature review, we reviewed lots of paper, including IoT-based baby monitoring system Smart Cradle that was published in 2019 that using the algorithm of Node MCU. And the next paper is analysis on IoT-based Smart Cradle system with an Android application for baby monitoring that was published in 2019 that using the IoT Internet of Things technology. And the next paper is IoT-based Smart Cradle system using Raspberry PID that was published in 2020 and using the Raspberry Pi module. So having some merits and demerits. Coming to identification, what the problem we have identified from those
papers are that having some inaccuracies in sensor data and having inaccuracies in monitoring the environmental condition, as well this giving some false alert messages, false alarm to the parents if having some issues. Then this having the connectivity problems between the baby monitoring system with the parent mobile phone. So here are the problems that we identified from those literature survey. And here this is our proposed system architecture. So here we have the three sensors that we are going to monitor the baby's conditions by using the temperature sensor, humidity sensor, and sound sensor. That will be that will be sending the information to the microcontroller unit. Here we are using the Node MCU microcontroller unit, and after that will be interfaced with the Wi-Fi module to send the alert information to the web application. So then the parent can get the alert messages through the web application. And these are all the methodologies we have used in our proposed system, that is identifying the requirements in first step, and then we are using the different sensors to monitor the baby's abnormal conditions. We have using the temperature sensor, humidity sensor, and sound sensor. And the third one is microcontroller programming, and the next one is that will be interfaced with the Wi-Fi module to send the information to the parent's mobile phone. The fifth step is sending the alert messages to the parent's mobile phone. So what is the innovativeness in our project is that we are giving the real-time information to the parents, as well as the parents can able to monitor the system remotely through mobile apps, and they can instantly get the alert messages when the baby get abnormal condition. So this will be helpful for the baby's health monitoring. And coming to novelty of research proposal, so here we are using the Node MCU and controller that are the main controller that will be connected with the sensors and that detect the abnormal condition of the babies. So here we are sending the information to the parents' mobile phone through the web application as well as the SMS alert. And the sensors are connected with the microcontroller, and that is in the microcontroller interface with the LCD and the Wi-Fi module to display the alert messages to the parents when the baby gets abnormal condition. And here we are using the hardware and software requirements, or in hardware requirements we are using sensors, those different kind of sensors, and microcontroller that name Node MCU, Arduino Uno, and LCD display. Software requirements or web application. So here we are using the three modules. The first one is data acquisition module, that is nothing but collecting the information from the sensors. And the second one is microcontroller unit, and the third one is web application and SMS. So module one, here we are collecting the information from the different sensors. Like we are using the sound sensor, temperature sensor, and humidity sensor to monitor the baby's abnormal condition. And this is the result of these sensors. This is the image of the sensors. So this is the sound sensor, moisture sensor, and temperature sensor. So coming to the results here, the sound sensor will identify the sound energy and convert it to an electrical signal, and wet sensor detect the humidity level of the baby, like the moisture level. If the baby urinates or get wet sometime, it will monitor the condition, and the temperature sensor will monitor the environmental temperature as well as the baby's temperature. So next one is module 2, microcontroller. So here the microcontroller giving the real-time processing to the real-time processing. So this is the microcontroller we are using in our project. So the result of this is the Node MCU microcontroller connector with the that connects the sensors to get the condition of the sensors, condition of the babies from those sensors, and the sensors will be connected with the microcontroller that will be interfaced with an LCD and Wi-Fi module to send alert messages to the parents' mobile phone. As well as we have reduced the futures, like if the parents are always not able to connect with the online web application, right, they have some network issues happen.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt, but 7 minutes are over. Can you please wrap up?
So the parents can't get always the parents can't be always in a web application, and so that we are enabling the offline features, like if the reading value is getting high, then we are sending the alert information to the parents mobile through SMS in offline mode. So the module 3 is web application and SMS. So that we are sending the alert messages to the parents' mobile phone. We are using the methodology of PHP, and this is the image that we are sending the information through the web application to the parents' mobile phone. And the next one, yeah, if the parent can't able to open the web application, or they get some internet issues, means we are sending the alert messages when the reading value gets high. Then we are sending the alert messages to the parents' mobile phone. So So coming to conclusion, the baby monitoring system is a new environment in childhood, and as well as it will be helpful for the healthcare also. It giving the real-time experience to the parents, and they can able to monitor the baby's assigned to the phone. To the phone, they can get the information. So it will be completely giving a change in the infant care scene of technology develops. Thank you.
Yes, very good innovation, much required for the people that those who are working. I just want to know what is the cost of that has been you have invested for all implementation.
We have invested 30,000 pounds.
Okay, good. Have you went for patenting this idea?
Yes, we are doing that in progress.
Okay, okay. You can go ahead with this idea because it's much required and like very good approach actually. I just want to know instead of Arduino board, can you use another controller so that the cost may get reduced? Another in the sense maybe the ARM controller and all. Is
Yes,
it
ma'am.
possible? Have you tried
Actually,
that?
we are doing the features to enable like face detection in future enhancement, ma'am. So we are working for that now to give the real time monitoring to the parents.
Okay, good. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. That is from my side.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I'd like to call for the next presentation. I'd like to call Mr. Haleen Manoj for his paper titled Impact of Informal Learning on Employee Engagement, a Study Among Indian Professionals. So, can you please start with your presentation?
Okay. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
So, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I am excited to share the insights of my study on the impact of informal learning on employee engagement among the Indian professionals. So, the motivation behind the study is that most of the organizations are now only focusing on formal education and not like outside the box thinking ideas. So informal learning ideas should be implemented more frequently in organizations so that it will create a more holistic approach, and it will also bring about the more engagement within the employees who are working in the organizations. So um, in today's fast-paced work environment, organizations are increasingly recognizing the importance of continuous learning. So, our research mainly aims to explore how informal learning opportunities can significantly influence employee performance as well as overall engagement in the workplace. So, the two key points here are what is informal learning? So, this refers to the learning that occurs outside of a formal training program. It includes experiences such as peer interaction, mentorship, self-directed exploration, and on-the-job training. So unlike the structured learning program that is already happening, informal learning is often spontaneous and actually unplanned, making it a vital component of professional development. And the next one is what do you mean by employee engagement? This is defined as the level of commitment or the motivation or the emotional attachment that an employee shows towards their organization. And the engaged employees are more productive and exhibit higher job satisfaction and are likely to leave the organization less. So the literature reviews that we have looked into are by Unoma Lim Kim, Susomrit, and the European Journal of Training and Development. From this, we get an idea about how these employee engagement and informal learning are linked within the organizations. So the main two research questions that we asked were to what extent do employees' perceptions of informal learning activities influence their overall workplace sentiment? as well as how does the availability of informal learning through interaction with colleagues and supervisors relate to employee engagement in Indian organizations. So, as for the methodology, we gathered our data using a quantitative approach. We designed a comprehensive survey that was distributed to the people across various sectors, including banking, IT, and educations. And the survey included a Likert scale questions to assess the perceptions of informal learning and employee engagement. Additionally, we included an open-ended question to capture qualitative insights about informal learning practices that may not have been covered in the structured ones. So by applying the mixed method approach, which allowed us to gather both quantitative data for statistical analysis as well as the qualitative feedback for deeper understanding. So from our result and analysis, we came to find out that out of the 103 responses that we got back, these are some of the challenges that were faced by the employees in the organization. Most of them told us that it is due to lack of time, and some of the organization were lacking resources, and the management is not supporting them to do informal learning within the organization, and there is not a clear guideline on how this is to be implemented within the organization. And the next one is we gave a scale of 1 to 10 and asked them whether they are satisfied with the opportunities that are given to them for informal learning. So most of them are satisfied, but some of the people are telling that they are not given much opportunity to do so. So the next one is how relevant do you find informal learning opportunities by the organization to the current role? So if the informal learning practices that are done in the organization are they relating to the role which they are having right now? Means the job role. So if only they are connected, they will be having any progress in their career. So most of them were telling that they were having it, but some of them were not happy with the performance of the company as well. So the next one is the findings that we done. So we actually done an exploratory factor analysis, and we were able to find out some of the key factors that were in the study, and they were first one is the sense of value. These 4 factors were clubbed from the questions that we found out, and we actually did exploratory factor analysis on these questions and came out with these 4 factors. And the first one is the sense of value. So this factor actually captures the extent of which the employees feel valued and appreciated within the organization. So when the employees feel recognized for their contribution, they are more likely to be more engaged. The next one is the social support. This reflects the level of support and encouragement employees receive from the colleagues as well as the supervisors. A supportive work environment fosters collaboration and enhances engagement. The next one is support for informal learning. This factor represents the perceived opportunities and resources available for informal learning and development. Employees who feel they have access to learning resources are more likely to engage in informal learning activities. The next one is the work enablement. This captures the degree to which employees feel equipped and empowered
Sir,
to
just a
perform.
gentle reminder that 7 minutes are over. Can you please wrap up?
Yeah. Perform their jobs effectively. When employees have the tools and resources they need, their engagement levels increases. So after this, we actually ask the open-ended questions, and employees expressed a strong demand for more time dedicated to informal learning, emphasizing that it helps them develop their skill and adapt to changing job requirements. So, and many respondents noted that while formal training is important, informal learning provides practical real-world application and enhance their job performance. So, some of the limitations that we were having in the study were the quantifying informal learning. That so we are not able to correctly quantify which all are the learning activities which were mostly effective. And the next one is the self-selection. So the employees who readily participate in informal learning might be more engaged than the other employees who are not. The next one is the organizational context. This means that different organizations have different perspective of informal learning and how much to give to different employees. So that is a barrier. And the social desirability bias. This means that the employees might over-report engagement, or like if they given a survey, they will they need not have to make a fault on their organization. So they give false answers to these surveys. So in the conclusion, we can say that the study concludes the informal learning plays a critical role in enhancing employee engagement. By addressing these barriers and fostering the environment support, this organization can significantly improve this employee performance. The next one is the employees value informal learning, but feel the organization can do more to provide consistent opportunities, resources, and time. And the next one is addressing these challenges of informal learning through this empowered and engaged workforce, enhanced skill development, improved knowledge sharing, strategic alignment, as well as potential to create a win-win situation for both employee as well as the organization. So this was the questionnaire that were provided, which is in the link. And that's it. Thank you.
Yes, Manoj sir, very good work that you people have done. I just want to know which all organizations or which kind of organizations you have taken the survey. Like, are they from the mechanical industries, or like I just want to know the organization's diversity.
Actually, we send out the surveys to 70% of the questions were answered by the people in the IT sector, and from banking as well. And some of them were from media. So most the answers were from the IT sector.
Good. And how you have analyzed, like how you came up with the last findings that you have just discussed? Like
Yeah,
how you did the analysis, my question is.
yeah, we actually did the exploratory factor analysis on the questions that were answered by these employees, and we were able to find out 4 key factors, and we put weightage for these factors so that we can understand that which were the most needed by the employees who are working in the organization, and what will they achieve when we provide these informal learning to these employees.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for this good kind of work. That's it from my side, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for the presentation. Now I'd like to call the next presenter. I'd like to call Mr. Rishabh Prajapati for his paper titled Optimizing Life Expectancy Rate Using Different Regression Models. Sir, please can you start with your presentation?
Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let me show my.
Yes.
Good morning to all. We are doing a research work. We done a research paper based on the optimizing life expectancy rate using different regression models. So I am Rishabh. My team name is Harsh Sharma, Rohan Gupta, and Dr. Pandit Udalwal. We are from Manav Rajasthan University, and paper ID is 130. In the present, the life expectancy rate for rich nation is becoming better as compared to that for poor countries. We are working on analyzing the Kumar Rajashri life expectancy WHO dataset. The measure of life expectancy provides very crucial information about health at a given population level that can be used to apply in the government policies to help its people in the best way. The data set has been updated from the Kaggle website, contains 2939 instances and 21 attributes. So we have performed some methodologies like preprocessing, feature selection, applying machine learning algorithms. We use some of the classifiers used. These are the machine learning models: linear regression, decision trees, random forest, lasso regression, ridge regression, ANN. So our key findings based on three objectives: optimizing the data set to provide efficient computing without sacrificing problems. Objective two: what attribute has the biggest influence on people's average lifespan. Objective three: based on many performances measures, which model predicts life expectancy. Data set optimization. We have optimized the data set to perform the models, to perform the regression models in the best way. So we have applied handling missing values data that is not stored or present for some variables in a data set. Second, need to take care of missing values as we might end up building a biased machine learning model leading to incorrect result missing data and can lead to a lack of precision in the statistical analysis. So we perform the drop, fill na. These are the methods to fill the null values or to remove the null values are used to handle missing data. We have used the fill na method for cleaning and training our data. So we have optimized the data set in other way like outlier analysis, process of identifying and examining data points that significantly differ from the rest of the data set. Use the anti-quartile range method. We also use PCA normalization used to scale numerical data to a standard range of values. We use min-max scaling, which was used to normalize the data points and then transform the values between the range of 0 and 1 and generated a heat map to find the collinearity between the attributes. So this is the heat map before the removing the attributes, and this is the heat map after removing the attributes that shows the less collinearity, so that it making the uh, more biased regression models that evaluate only some of the features and not giving the best result for the life expectancy. So performance comparison using graphical representation, the performance matrices MSC mean squared error, MA mean absolute error, R square and root mean square error values are used for study. To evaluate the performance of the model, we have made MSC, ME, RMSC and R square matrices. These are the values that we get after applying the different regression models. These are all the ML models. So here you can see that KNN shows the best. These are the least error showed by the model, machine learning model is KNN, and followed by the random forest, and the maximum error shown by is the lasso regression. As you here can see, these are the graphs. First is for MSC, this one. Second for RMSC. Third one is for R square, and fourth one is for MAE. So in the graph, you can also see that KNN shows the least error, and the lasso regression shows the maximum error result based on the performance matrices. The features that play the most major role in defining the life expectancy rate are in income composition followed by the schooling attitude. The alcohol feature shows that there is not much more impact of alcohol consumption of the life expectancy rate. Coming to the model, the most precision, or we can say that the least error shown by any model is KNN regression, followed by random forest regression. The most error shown by any regression model is the last. So we have come to the conclusion. We have successfully reviewed and implemented intelligent work to predict life expectancy through the best possible features based on the factors like GDP, percentage expenditure, population, and many other attributes. Through the help of predictions done using various parameters used in the performance matrices, it is easy for the governments and individuals to apply different schemes or programs to increase the life expectancy rate of a nation. We can further go with the image data set. In this way, we can overcome the problems and make a beautiful world with a better life expectancy rate. Thank you.
Yes, Rishabh, you have taken a data set from Kaggle, right? I just want to know what are the parameters that like you have considered while doing this analysis, because the set might have given lot many parameters, data set. So out of those, have you used all the parameters or a couple of them? It's a bit difficult to read out. So life expectancy, then adult.
Sorry, ma'am, I can read it for you. Uh, First we have taken all the attributes and then we generate a heat map based on the attributes, and then we uh, see that there are some attributes that show the less collinearity with the other attributes. So we remove them so that the life expectancy only based on the attributes which shows the most collinearity, so that in that way we can predict the best life expectancy rate. Like in the I can show you. Uh, Wait a minute, ma'am. Income composition of resources. So, ma'am, income composition of resources and schooling shows the best collinearity with other attributes. That's why it shows the best parameter. It is the best parameter to predict the life expectancy rather than using the other parameters like alcohol consumption that shows the least collinearity with the other attributes to predict the life expectancy rate.
Okay, that's it from my side, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. Now I'd like to move on to the next presentation. I'd like to call Ms. Aishwarya Raj for her paper titled Optimizing the User Experience for Beauty E-Commerce in India. Ma'am, can you please start with your presentation?
Yeah, sure. 1 second. I hope the screen is visible and I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible. And
Okay.
also the screen is visible.
I'll start. Thank you. So, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Aishwarya, and I'm excited to present our research on optimizing the user experience for beauty e-commerce in India. Today, I'll walk you through our findings, focusing on how e-commerce platforms can better meet the needs of the consumers in India. So, this is a quick overview, what we'll be discussing. Moving on to, let's start with the introduction and the problem we aim to address. So the beauty e-commerce sector in India is rapidly growing, as we can see. So which is driven by increased internet access and a rising consumer interest in beauty products. However, despite this growth, many users encounter significant challenges when shopping online. So these challenges include the inadequate product description that fail to provide essential information, or difficulties in comparing products effectively, and it can also be navigation issues that can lead to frustration and dissatisfaction, and even they can drop out a thought of purchasing it. And our goal was to understand these pain points and explore how they can be addressed to enhance the overall user experience on these platforms. Next, the methodology. To investigate these issues, we adopted a qualitative research approach where we conducted surveys and user interviews to gather details and insights from the participants. So all the individuals who regularly shop for beauty products were answered, and they were also interviewed. We designed an open-ended question to encourage participants to share their experience, preferences, and challenges in detail. So the data collected was then analyzed using thematic analysis, allowing us to identify recurring themes and user insights that could inform our recommendations. So results and interpretation. We found that users generally appreciate comprehensive product descriptions and the availability of comparison tools, which help them to make informed decisions at that moment while they're purchasing. So, however, there are notable weaknesses as well. So many users reported that they were actually facing inconsistency in the product information across the different platforms, and which was complicated their ability to compare product effectively. So additionally, the users also expressed that the frustration with navigation difficulties and often feel overwhelmed by the number of options available, and they get confused while they are shopping. So moving to the interpretation is that these results, we noted that while users value detailed product informations these days, and they also seek an intuitive access to these informations before even purchasing a small thing. So some participants even described that the search experiences is as an adventure, which indicating a desire for a more engaging and seamless shopping experience. So this highlights the need for standardizing in a product details to facilitate a better comparison and enhance user satisfaction. Moving to word cloud, after conducting, we used word cloud, which is a visual representation of words that summarizes the informations by emphasizing related concepts and ideas that frequently is being dropped. So as a result, we were able to see the vital and in-depth inquiry were more on the such detailed usings, and Voint was the software which we used to determine the word cloud, and there were both positive and negative evaluations we were able to find, and we also saw that a certain common themes and attitudes among the interviewers or the people who answered was there. So considerably next, these are the uh, three tables of word cloud which I've given for a reference. So moving to implication and conclusion. So our findings, it's clear that enhancing that user experience is crucial for fostering customer loyalty and satisfaction in the competitive beauty e-commerce market. And we recommend several actionable strategies for improvement. First one would be platforms should focus on improving product descriptions to ensure they are comprehensive and consistent. And second would be refining search functionalities. Uh, because this could also include better filtering options and can help users find what they need and more easily. Lastly, standardizing product information across platforms will enable users to make more informed comparisons. So concluding the presentation is that our study provides valuable insights into the user experience of Indian beauty e-commerce platform. By highlighting both strength and weakness, we offer actionable strategies that can significantly improve the user experience. And we believe that implementing these recommendations will not only enhance customer satisfaction, but also contribute to overall success of beauty e-commerce in India. Thank you.
Yes, Aishwarya ma'am. The work that you did is very much needed. Being a lady, I can say that it was really needed. I just want to know what was the size of your data set, like how many responses you received, and how about the diversity, like the any age group you're focused, or any location you're focused, or something like that. So can you just brief about data collection?
Huh. Thank you so much, ma'am. So first of all, I was shocked to find that not only women, my friends and our team actually spread the data to everyone, and even gents, like male users were also answering the questions while they are facing the same issues while purchasing it. And we were able to get around 30 to 40 responses only. We are actually continuing to get it, and yeah.
Yes, I've done from my side, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for the presentation.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to call Mr. Prashant Vats for his presentation, for his paper titled Unraveling the Foundations, Exploring Blockchain Technology and its Security Challenges. Sir, can you start with the presentation? I guess sir is not in the meeting. So we can go with the next presentation. I'd like to call Miss Ranina Rao for her paper titled V2V21 VNET Data Offloading Path Using Reinforcement Learning. Ma'am, can you please start with your presentation?
Hello, greetings. Is my audio audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Thank you for the confirmation. I'll share my screen in a minute. Oh, yeah. Okay, may you please confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, thank you for the confirmation. Warm greetings, everyone. My name is Renina Rauf, and I'm representing PU's University over here. And my co-author is Dr. Shanta Meena S, who was not able to join us today. Our work is titled as V2V2I, VANET data offloading path using reinforcement learning. So coming to the main objectives behind this this project was to develop a V2V2I, where V2V2I stands for vehicle to infrastructure, VANET data offloading method we are planning to construct vector data offloading path in presence of multiple RSUs and also improve their offloading fractions. That was more than proposed by our base paper. So first, let us I would like to give a brief introduction on what VANET data offloading is. Where VANET stands for Vehicular Ad Hoc Network. So generally, what a data offloading is, just like to bring to the stage what a data offloading is. Just for example, if we consider, it's best like just going a bit off topic for a second. Like it's just similar to Wi-Fi calling, where we might face a lot difficult, maybe like our network issues, where we have a congestion in our network, signal is less, say our 4G signal is weak, but we have a very strong Wi-Fi, we switch to Wi-Fi calling, right? So it's just a similar principle coming back. So here also it's same. We are having we would be generally the vehicles would be, and our main server would be having a 4G data or 4G, or the 5G has been upgraded nowadays. 5G where base station, which will be having some Wi-Fi Wi-Fi or many Wi-Fi roadside units under it, to which our data would be from each vehicle would be offloaded. And mainly this data VANET offloading is of three types. That is, one is V2I, where you can see it is directly between our roadside unit, that is infrastructure, the base station and our roadside and the vehicle. And it can be V2V, where it is between the vehicles. And again, it is V2I is between two vehicles, and that data would be given to our infrastructure. So where this projects would be mostly more helpful is that one is autonomous vehicles, where we have driverless driving is becoming more popular, where we have Tesla taking over the market, and even Tata getting in India. If we say Tata is getting into driverless driving very soon. So that is one thing. Then we can see what is our real-time vehicle tracking. Like say, for example, you were like where we can happen, what are the things happening, like where is the vehicle right now. Say we all have this nowadays by default, like we install additional GPS units in our vehicles that can be even removed easily by someone who knows mechanical skills. It can be removed and it can be disposed, but since this is going to be something that is inbuilt in our vehicle, it can't be removed. So we can track in real time where our vehicle is, if it is able to emit the signals. And like road selection, like generally this is same concept that nowadays Google Map is also using it. Like for what is, if we have any congestion and way, yes, it's being communicated. How it's not any camera or drone it is taking. We take what are the Google signals that they check, okay, what are the signals from the vehicles that are using that route. And emergency vehicle notification, Like maybe I hope all of us might even recently also I went through the situation where we were stuck in a traffic and like we don't when ambulance comes we are just maybe it would be just 100 meters away that we get that realization yes we are blocking it, but this will help us to once we get the signals yes these can be used to notify easily an accident and an incident reporting like say through we are having a vehicle so it can we can help the vehicle can report itself as if it has gone to any situations where it met with an accident like for example right now what happened very recently in Karnataka what everyone is even still in behind searching for a lorry with a person named Arjun like okay once if it was reported like as soon as an accident happened say it went to an ambulance okay at least we would have been able to find where was that location lost track. These are some applications we can do but mainly we while during this project we had focused on autonomous vehicles. So yes coming to delay method this was one method that we took for references and this was our base. So that yes from a base paper where they used where they checked say at a time point we see the check between okay what are the possible v2 v2i paths and they introduced a delay and if they try to find out if there was a possible good better path that can be coming in the next delay that is what happened well, that was what was in our base station. Now coming to a block diagram or basic block diagram that we have been using for that. Mainly a VANET network consists of three words that is vehicle. A vehicle will be having an onboard unit which would be giving the signals. Like it can be even included in the infotainment systems that we use. And we have MEC server like that is generally like a multi-edge computing server that we have in our base the base station where we will select our offloading path and it would be offloaded to our RSUs or roadside units that is where the Wi-Fi network access. So our focus in this project is predominantly only in this MEC server where we developed by developing an offloading path selection. And this project was purely executed in Python. So the working principle that we have used in this particular project was that data has been when we have a network congestion or to reduce this congestion we use the data transferring between vehicles is in our fixed infrastructure and once it is in our offloading station it would be then this is something that's been common nowadays the additional things that we introduced into this we use the q learning algorithm that is a machine learning we use the q learning based decision making skills where the
Excuse me, ma'am.
yeah
Just a gentle reminder that 7 minutes are over. Can you please
okay thank
wrap
you
up? Yeah.
yeah sure so and we use the k-means clustering algorithm so these were the parameters we were using to check out what were our results on. So the main thing is that we had checked, we had developed a single and multiple RSU environments where each RSU range was in 300 meters. This is our main proposed algorithm where we cluster all our vehicles into a group. Then we go for a V2E communication and where we find our offloading agent and we offload it to the RSU. So then we find the nearest RSU and offload that. So how we does this clustering is that we find just using k-means algorithm where we select k initial data points as our initial centroids. Then we find check it with other vehicles and find the closest ones centroids and we assign it into a group. We keep recalculating it until we get the same set of points. And once it's done, we go for the Q learning algorithm where we find our Q value and we're using a reward mechanism. And reward function mainly we used was sum of data to be offloaded was subtracted from the RSU distances. And then this was using this reward, we calculated the Q value using the Bellman's equation. And once in Bellman's equation, the main two factors were alpha and gamma. That is the learning rate and gamma, where gamma was the discount factor, which was important in determining in our Q value, which was always between had to be between 0 and 1. And while trial and error method, we checked it out and we found that best value for gamma discount factor to be 0.9 and learning rate to be 0.6, that is alpha to be 0.6. Then we compared we, as I said, we had already developed what with and without RSU methods, with and without O. This was what happened. Without O, this was the signal that we were able to do for the successful data offloading comparison. And we had compared the packet delivery ratio also between these, what all we developed with multiple RSUs. Everything we checked out by us, where we used 5 RSUs and single RSU, and we were able to find with the proposed RL method, we were able to get a better packet delivery ratio and a very good decrease in the packet loss ratio also. Now, while comparing it with our previous works that we had considered, we were able to find that a successful data offloading ratio, we were with the results we developed using that is 2-hop and 3-hop method, we try to execute within our, and there also we were able to find out a very good increase in successful offloading fraction. And this was a comparison between the base paper results we were able to find, and the one in blue is without including reinforcement learning. The one in orange is the one base paper result, which was the delay method, and the one in green was our method, and we were able to find a very good increase in the successful data offloading. And also a very good comparison change in the total offloading fraction between all these. And dramatically, this wasn't something that we expected while we were doing it, but yes, something we were able to understand was that even the offloading time taken was also decreased by using RL method. This is just a summary of what our results came up like. As you can see, that successful offloading ratio had been increased by nearly 15.32 percentage in 2-hop and 15.69 percentage. Similarly, we can find a similar increase of close to 13 percentage in packet delivery ratio and a 13 percentage decrease in packet loss ratio also. Now comparing it with our base paper results, what we can say was that there was nearly a 12.6 percentage improvement in the 2-hop method and 37 percentage
Bam, just a
increase
reminder, can
in
you please
3-hop method.
conclude it?
Yeah, sure. So these were our results that we were able to do. So in conclusion, yes, we were able to get increased successful data offloading fraction, all the parameters, we were able to get a better performance. And my future suggestion for this is, yes, since when we have those multiple RSU tech the sessions, yes, a bit offloading, there is a disruption that we can happen between, like that handoff most of the times between RSU, since a Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi handoff is not proper. So yeah, there might be some disruptions coming up. This can be improved. And yeah, the code here we have only considered one agent for RL, so we can consider it having a multiple agents also. Yeah, this was the reference, our main references. The first one being was our prime focus on. Yeah, thank you. That's all from my side. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, very good work done by you. So no doubt, like you have worked hard. And I just want to know, you were talking about packets. So what is the packet size that you have considered while working on this? Or there is no restriction on the size of the packet. Is it like that?
No, actually, we were taking a random number of like since we have coded it from the beginning. Like we have taken like for each time we had checked different packet sizes, where it was randomly selected by since everything was coded using Python. Like yeah, there's maybe one thing I missed out that I would like, since we can try to integrate this model to NS3 or Sumo for getting a better output also. We're getting a more real-time consideration how it works. Like we are not checked it that way. That like this are something that again can come in future. So here we are focused on developing the algorithm.
Thank you, ma'am, for your presentation.
Welcome.
So now we are closing. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentation and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on the behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during the 9th version of this conference and all the previous 8 versions. We'll be happy to see you in the 10th version in 2025. All the presenters would be getting your digital certificates via mail within 2 working days. Further, all the papers have already been forwarded to the Springer, and the publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICT4SD 2024. I would also like to thank our session chair, Dr. Kriti ma'am, for chairing this session. This is a token of appreciation to the chair on behalf of the team ICT4SD 2024 and the Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable presence.
Thank you, Richa. Thank you, Team ICT, for inviting me as a session chair. It's a wonderful journey. I've heard all the 10 papers and they were absolutely remarkable that very new innovative ideas are implemented.
Now I'd like to ask everyone to please switch on their cameras and for a quick snapshot. Just a gentle reminder, can everyone please switch on their cameras? Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.